Now, if you arbitrarily, now, if where you set zero. So what I never say is there's never negative energy. What you're doing is you're subtracting work.
This is the formula. And cosine always can be negative.
Yeah, but you are doing negative work then. Here's the way I look at it. If a car is moving forwards and I push forwards, my force times my distance is positive. I'm adding energy. The energy goes up. If I push the opposite direction, my energy goes down. I don't do negative work. If I bring it to a stop, and now the car's moving backwards, does it have negative kinetic energy? Well, exactly, because we're subtracting work, and now we're actually adding. So depending on what you say zero, because even kinetic energy is relative. Like you get kinetic energy, well, relative is what we do. So, so why not just say subtract?
No.
Yes.
Because of this formula.
No. But that standing word is doing it wrong. It's wrong.
After a while.
Yes. Just consider this. You do not have negative work. You subtract. You can subtract scalars, but you cannot have a negative scalar. I defy you to have negative 1 liter of water in this cup.
I'll do it.
It doesn't. However, you can subtract water from the cup. But when the cup has no water, you can't have negative water because water is a scalar. You can't have negative scalars. We arbitrarily think because what we're doing is energy is relative. So we are assigning a zero value. So relative to that zero value, we have negative energy. But from a conceptual point of view, energy is a scalar. If we have absolute energy, you can't have negative temperature because
You are mixing two things. You are mixing energy. You are mixing, not mixing. You are mixing energy and work because there is difference. Work is
work is a change in energy.
Exactly. And change means I can give you money.
That has 10 joules of energy, okay? And I push backwards with the force of 10 newtons for 2. I did negative 20 joules of work. Oh, so now I have negative 10 joules of kinetic energy. That's what you're telling me.
Put this under your book.
Because I used your formula. I had 10 joules. I did negative 20 joules of work. Now, here's another way to think about it. I had 10 joules of energy, right? And I am subtracting. So I don't say negative work. I don't add a negative because it's a scalar. I subtract. And it makes more sense that way. Every textbook, I know, every textbook says negative because they want to plug in the formulas. But when I was making my notes, I thought, what's really going on? Well, the discrepancy is energy is relative, and we are arbitrarily calling zero. Now, we can have negative degrees Celsius as long as we call zero where water freezes. But you cannot have negative Kelvin because that's absolute. You can't have negative energy. So you can't do negative work and go into the negative energy zone. If you add a negative, you're going into the negative zone. But when I subtract work, now I take my energy to zero.
I have the right to do this on my dad. Hi.
Get that off.